Hello everyone, it's Jim here and welcome to episode 5 of OBS Minecraft. We're on a modded server, a world that's been going for 3 years, private server, private mod pack, and that's about the summary. Today we are going to continue with our odd jobs around the farm here, cleaning up all the little bits and pieces that we started last time. The holes in the roofs and the holes in the walls and the holes in the floors, rebuilding some buildings to make them look better, repurposing some others. So let's get on with it. Since last time, I've reworked our little bee house here, replaced the sides here with this brownstone, which looks much better than what we had last time, and extended these windows down to the right down to the ground, and also inside change this to the brown and put glass in the ceiling so that we can see out. We get a lot more light in here now, and just a bit of stone there under the bee itself, so it looks much better in here now. I also put some more trim on the barn around the back, so the same sort of thing we did last time here, but on the around the back here. That will eventually open up the farm towards this direction, I think, as we need more things. But so for now we've just got this back entrance ready to go here at the barn for when we need that. We have some old Zycraft tanks just sitting here doing nothing at the moment. Zycraft. We'll get back to cleaning that up soon. For now though, I think we can continue on in this direction. In here we have a building that originally we had Harvestcraft on here, Pam's Harvestcraft. We removed that when we did the last update because we were going to lose everything anyway. Plus she was changing everything to tile entities for no apparent reason. So yeah, we used to have just these auto crafting, converting things to seeds and making dyes and things. And of course then these changed as well. So this room is kind of not really in use at the moment. So we'll remove all this stuff, I think, and fill in all the holes in the floor. We'll use the inside for something else at a later date, I think. But for now, I think we can just sort of fill in, get the doorways looking nice, fill in that hole in the roof back there, and get this at least looking good from the outside, and maybe having a clear space on the inside, so that when we do decide what we want to do with it, we've got it ready, ready to go. Okay, floor space is a bit clearer now. Lots of torches still. We'll come up with a lighting scheme in here, I think, when it's repurposed for something else. So we can just fill in these holes in the walls. Yeah, this building did used to extend out here, but then this building here came and encroached on it. We needed a whole chunk for this, so we could leave just a single spot loader for the animal breeding. So it kind of took over this room here, seeing it wasn't being used for anything. But that's okay, we'll work around that whenever we actually do something with this room. For now though, we have one issue here in that we don't have any of this extra biomes acacia wood available to us. However, we do have a couple of saplings, so we'll go and grow some of those so we can get the wood to fill in that hole. It's been sitting there for a long time, that hole. So we can go to our bees and trees base. Oop. This isn't going to work, is it? And put this tree in our little auto grower we've got set up there, and get a whole heap of it just in case we ever need it down the track. So let's head over to the other base. This base was created fairly recently in the last few months. We were finding at the farm there was it takes a while to load whenever we go to the farm, and that was why we decided to move all our bee stuff to a separate base. We found a nice plains area, and we'll sleep through the night here to make it a bit easier to see things. And so we decided to move it all here. So I created this nice big warehouse type thing here for bee breeding and tree breeding, forestry and extra bees and extra trees and magic bees. So put the big stained glass windows in there. We have all our extra bees machines over here, ready to go. So there's a whole pipeline here, so you can put a bee through all the inoculators to get the various traits. These get automatically pulled out and put into the synthesizer and purifier whenever they get empty. So we can have another closer look at that when we do some bees next time, or another time. For now though, we've got in here some bees running, hopefully. No? Okay. Emerald drones, there should be some... Ooh, okay. Or maybe not. Okay, I'll have to look into that at some point, find out why there's no bees in all those. They should be churning over nicely. I've had a lot of tree breeding happening in here as well. That's why there's all these signs around. But I took down all the trees because we had butterflies just going berserk in here because it was chunk loaded. So cut down all the trees, got rid of all the butterflies, and just to keep things under control for the server. But if we ever do want to do some butterfly breeding, we've got a whole lot sort of stashed away. Not very many stashed away there, but I've got a whole lot more in this backpack as well. But for now, we want to get some of that wood, so let's head out here to the stump, this big giant tree stump here that basically any tree I've bred has been sort of pumped through here, so I can create a whole stash of the various types of woods and just leave it automatically growing, and they're grown up here. So as you can see, we've got some magic wood, this one here being pumping through at the moment. Just the Mine Factory Reloaded harvester, and there's a planter underneath here too. So what we'll do is we'll switch off things for the moment, put in the extra biomes acacia sapling, and let that breed for a while and grow. So off, and the planter is over here. So we'll just take these out, and we'll put those guys in. And before we turn things back on, could have taken the elevator. We'll clear this area out and just leave it free just for those acacia wood trees to grow. By the way, the best tool I've found for breaking leaves and things is this Biomes of Plenty diamond scythe. This cuts the most saplings, the most leaves in the biggest area. It really is the best thing to use for this kind of thing. Bang, look at the huge amount of leaves that cut down. That was great. And we can do the same with the saplings, just like that. So this is definitely the recommended tool for doing a lot of clearing out of trees. I use a Tinker's Construct axe to get the wood in one chop, and then just this to get all the leaves. It's the best way to go. Okay, so I've cleared all that out, turned the harvester and the planter back on. The stump itself here was just a man-made little thing. I thought, given it's for growing trees and things, why not make it out of a big stump? It wasn't actually a naturally growing natural tree, the big redwoods. Now we will leave this running, and we'll just grab some of these, some of the wood, hopefully. No. One by one. Yes, you're gonna grow. No. Bone meal. Ah, there we go. Good. Took a while. Cool. So we'll grab a couple of these. Oh man. Okay. I'll grab a couple of these and get the wood ready to take back to the farm so we can fill in that roof. Okay, we're back at the sorting base here. Now, one thing with having GregTech installed is that it changes everything, so that if you just try and craft planks from a log, you only get 2. Now, of course, in vanilla you always get 4, or if you don't have GregTech installed, you'll get 4. So to get more logs, more planks out of it, you have to use the sawmill. So we'll chuck this in there, and so we can get some more logs, just so we've got enough to actually finish the roof. We might get enough with just 2 for each there to make all the steps, but I think this will be the safest way to go to ensure that we do get enough for sure. So while we wait for the logs to be cut up into the planks, I have updated OBS Geology since the last episode to fix the texture issue we were having with the giant bricks here on these ones, the black granite. So I think we'll just swap this out for the bluestone one instead and see if it looks a bit better. I think it might just sort of contrast better. Well, not contrast, but maybe just match the black granite above it, the black granite small bricks there. So let's see. How's that look? Yeah, that's better than the bluestone, I think. Yep, cool. Alright, there's another thing done. Now these chests will also, we just keep jumping over them every time we come in to the little building here. These contain, well, saplings. Again, because we used to have the bees here, we'd have trees growing all around it, getting pollinated by the bees, and so we got lots of bits and pieces from them. Now I have copies of all these saplings anyway back at the bees and trees base, so we'll ditch all the saplings, but we'll keep all this other stuff that comes from them. So let's clean up here. Let's get rid of those. Oh, we wanted those though. Never mind. So we want to keep all this stuff. You can get seed oil from the walnuts and things from the forestry trees, so we will keep those, and then we'll just pipe out all the rest into a trash can. The other thing we found was with some of the older saplings, a lot of these have been grown in previous versions, I think all the way back to Minecraft 1.47, maybe even earlier than that. So when you tried to scan some of these with the Treealyzer, sometimes they'd crash your client. Maybe there's been some changes internally, so some of the older saplings would just crash the client. So that's another reason for actually ditching these, I think. This ender pouch, by the way, links into my AE system, to an ender chest at my AE system that gets automatically imported into that. So that's why I carry that one around and just dump stuff in there. So we'll get the conduit here, just the item conduit. These ones are the empowered ones, so these ones can pull out stacks at a time, whereas these ones only pull out one item at a time. But you can then just put these everywhere else. You only need these ones on the actual chest or inventory that you're interacting with. So let's do always active. So they're all gone. Always active. Always active. Clean, clean, clean. Done. So let's get these things out of the way, finally. These have been sitting here forever. We'll leave the ones within the B area, the old B area for now, because we'll clean those up when we get to that spot. Done. Alright, so hopefully now we've got enough planks. Acacia. Oh, yep, good. So let's see. How many stairs are we going to need? We'll say 40. I think hopefully that'll be enough to finish off that roof. Let's have a look. That looks much nicer since we did the trim there. That's great. Okay. Yep. Alright, I'll run along here, fill in this gap, and then we'll see how it looks like when we're done. And done. I just had enough. 2 to spare. So that looks much better. The building's out the front. There we are, yep. Do we actually need that, even that bottom row? We might not actually even need that one. Haven't got it on along this one, this sort of eave type row here. So we'll just quickly get rid of that. Bang, 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 bang. Done. Cool. Alright, well these guys are now ready to go for whenever we want to, whatever we decide to use them for. So next we'll just, I think, finish this path along here, just up to about the back here, the back line again. And we'll get rid of these old Zycraft tanks. Yeah, well, if any of you remember Zycraft, you could basically build a tank out of anything. And so we're just playing with the colours here to match. I think that was a milk tank, and that might have been a sludge tank. This might have been a mob essence tank, just going on the colours. So we'll finish this path here, and I'll rip down these tanks, and we'll see how it looks after that. By the way, here's one little tip for getting rid of a lot of stuff quickly. Just use the Wand of Equal Trade with torches. I believe some people use ladders as well. So a good way to kind of semi-cleanly destruct things. Although you do get this, so maybe ladders are the better way to go. And there we go. Much clearer. Just let the grass grow there. So yeah, one day we might use this area for something. But for now, we'll just leave it nice, looking nice at least, ready to go for whatever we decide to do with it in future. There we go, the nice path up the side there. Cool. Alright, next on the agenda, this little room here. This is kind of the slaughterhouse. We have cows, sheep, pigs, chooks, and 1 deer. Yeah, so this is for breeding animals, and there's some mob grinders in there for killing things. Similar to what we set up in the first episode, but this is just for meat, essentially. And wool. Wool is kind of just a side effect, same with the eggs. Yeah, so this is mostly done, this room. We've just got to finish off the lights And this wall was left open because Simon was building something here originally, which he's torn down in the meantime, but he might still put some kind of farm related thing here. So we might just temporarily fill this wall with glass for the moment and fix up the glass there. Yeah, so a couple of little things to do here, nothing major. So I'll grab some supplies and we can get on with that. And there we go. Got that little wall there now. Fix that light. I changed out the lights that are in there to the white dyed ones. Sort of make them look fluorescent. Quite thick fluorescent lights, but that's fine. We'll have to deal with the fluid problem at some stage. Liquid XP's full, but that's okay. We can leave that for another day for dealing with the at the liquid depot gully. We don't need this chunk loaded at the moment, so yeah, I think this room is all fine. I think for the most part everything around here is fine, except for the fact that I'm walking really slowly. There we go. As in all these sort of garden beds, we've got all these witchery farms. This isn't automated at the moment, but that's a job for another day if we ever want to automate these ender lily harvesting. So it's really just about, I think here, maybe we'll just extend this little path around the back here, join it up over there. Other than that, I think this area is pretty nice, so I'll just take care of that. Okay, that's done. We've got things going around here. There was some stuff here. All this, so I'll move this down out of the way a bit. This little setup's just basically to grow Natura bloodwood trees. Those big ones that hang in the nether, hang upside down. I did need the bloodwood for my thormic base for the trim and things, so I just set this one up a while ago just to grow that. And seeing, well, it's a tree, so it should probably be at the bees and trees base nowadays, but I'm not going to move that today. Over here we've got our Thorncraft Mana Bean farm. They've got the golems going there. Got the essence coming through the little mirror there from the Thormic base, which I have that automatically being crafted there. So that's all fine. May need to fix this rail line one day. It was used once, a total of once. A long time ago, before we had safari nets, before we had Mistcraft portals, there was a village that we needed to move villagers from to the village that's behind up the back there. There was no villagers in that village over there, and we only knew of one other village, so we built this massive railway line to move all these villagers over to there. So yeah, there's probably been trains, well, carts on that once a long time ago. One day we might get back into railcraft, but for now we're going to leave that, I think. I'll just extend this path down here, and here is a little squid tank for getting ink sacs. We used a MFR rancher to do that. I think I left it running for 24 hours and got 2,000 ink sacs, so it hasn't needed to be used since then, but the squid's still there. I think I used a jailer's safari net on him, so he doesn't despawn. He's not named, but he doesn't despawn. So let me just fix up this little path, and then we can see where we get to. Okay, that's done. I do want to build a little shed here to actually have the rancher access. It's not in here at the moment, but we won't do that today. I think we've done enough for today. There's still so much to go, so much cleaning up to do around here. But I think next time we'll move on to something. We might get back to the warehouse and the enchanting room. Get on with those projects. But I think that'll do. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll leave comments, all that sort of thing, likes, blah blah blah. And we'll see you in the next episode.